Melissa McCarthy is a cop and Sandra Bullock is still hot. I mean, let's watch this. The Heat. Because the guy burning parasites off the wheels in The Fifth Element was asking for it. So The Heat stars Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock plays this FBI agent. She's really good at her job. She's by the book. She's one of those people who became an FBI agent because the paperwork intrigued her. Yeah, you know, the paperwork, that element that keeps people from being cops. No, she was like, oh, that sounds awesome. Melissa McCarthy is the other side of that coin. She's this Boston cop. She's really loud. She is not by the book. She's what you think Melissa McCarthy would be playing if she played a cop in a movie. So now Sandra Bullock gets transferred to Boston, and now they have to team up to take out, you know, drug dealers and crime lord guys. It's exactly what you think it would be in that aspect. It's a buddy cop movie. A good buddy cop movie? Yeah, it is. It's really enjoyable to watch. Melissa McCarthy is awesome, first of all. I keep thinking that I'm gonna get sick of her, because I feel like what's gonna happen with Melissa McCarthy is what I kind of see happening, which is what happened to Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp played a role, and he was great in the role, and now it's like, oh, let's just have Johnny Depp play weird, eccentric people all the time. I feel like that is happening to Melissa McCarthy and is going to keep happening until, you know, the next decade. She's a really witty, fast-talking monologue person. Let's make her that in every role. The occupation of the role will change, but in the end, it's going to be Melissa McCarthy in the same role in a different movie. However, I'm not sick of it yet because she's awesome. You could argue that Melissa McCarthy straight up makes this movie. The one competition Melissa McCarthy has is the chemistry between Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock. Here in Melissa McCarthy monologue, it's not even a person reading a script, because I don't think it's a script. I think 90% of it is ad-lib, but it's church is what it is. She just keeps going and words keep coming out and you're like, oh, so this is gospel. That's cool. She keeps talking and you're laughing. You're laughing out loud, genuinely. And you have Sandra Bullock, and like I said, Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy work really well together. They're pros, but in the end, it's still a buddy cop movie. Bummer about buddy cop movies is you go into a buddy cop movie going, whatever this is going to be, however they execute it, in the end, I will have seen this before. 100 times before, maybe. If you think of buddy cop movie cliches, this movie brings the heat, and the heat brings the cliches. But it also brings a couple people who can really carry that premise and make it feel, if not new and refreshing, at least entertaining. There's one scene that kind of feels out of place in the movie. I mean, it's really bloody. It's not like it's graphic violence bloody. It's not like I was like, oh shit, Game of Thrones style. But it was still funny. The way they pulled it off, it proved to me you can make it as messed up as possible, and if you can still pull off the humor, doesn't matter. Also, there are a few parts in this movie where Melissa McCarthy, I won't say she goes overboard, but she does cross the line to unbelievable. That's not on her, really. It's the script or the director. I'm just saying you can't pull a gun on someone who asks you a question who's just a pedestrian and be like, yeah, now what? All right, yeah, walk away. And I get it, because you want to be like, I've felt like that before. Can't real life be like that, where you can just whip out your piece and be like, shut up. And no one thinks twice about it because it's just kind of you just want to because the person's being obnoxious. That being said, when something like that happens in a movie, it does pull me out of it and I go, that's just not realistic. I guess when a cop pulls a gun on a pedestrian inside a hospital, that's when I draw the line. So The Heat is fun, The Heat is entertaining, it's a buddy cop movie that is full of cliches for sure. Melissa McCarthy kills it. Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock work really well together. This chemistry is, like, we're talking, it's like end of watch, but comedy version good. Sometimes it's unbelievable, but it's entertaining, it's hilarious, and you're gonna laugh. I'm gonna say it's a really strong, great time, no alcohol required. I can't quite say buy it on I want to say buy it on Blu-ray. This is why I hate ratings though. What's a rating? It's a one-sentence summary of an entire video that you just already watched. Point is, it's funny, they work well together, it's cliche, but you'll have a good time. So go see it. Or so your favorite buddy cop comedy of all time. Whatever it may be, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.